He was a billionaire who had everything, but felt completely empty. She was homeless, disabled, and had nothing but a quiet strength. He didn't need to worry about money. He only needed a way to escape his family's pressure. So he made her a business deal she couldn't believe. How did a fake relationship between a lonely rich man and a girl from the streets lead to a love more real than anything money could buy? Sit back and find out as we dive into this powerful story. This is the story of how one man's desperate plan changed two lives forever. Ethan Cole was a man that many people looked up to. He was young and very rich, with a large, modern house in the middle of Lagos that felt more like a museum than a home. His company was incredibly successful, and he drove expensive cars that made others jealous. But even with all his money, he felt like something was missing. Often, after a long day, Ethan would come home to complete silence. He would walk through the huge, empty rooms, the echo of his own footsteps, his only company. He had everything a person could want, the latest gadgets, designer clothes, a full staff, but he was not truly happy. There was a hollow feeling in his chest that no amount of success could fill. One afternoon, while driving home from his office, stuck in the usual Lagos traffic, Ethan saw a young woman on the side of the road. She was sitting under a large tree, her back against the trunk, with a pair of worn-out crutches next to her. Her clothes were old and faded, and her eyes looked weary, as if she carried the weight of the world. She had no shoes and no food. The woman, whose name was Maya, was disabled. Her legs were weak, and it was hard for her to even stand up. Ethan glanced at her as traffic inched forward. He thought, just another person asking for money. Lagos has so many. He looked away, focusing on the road ahead. He didn't stop or even slow down. He had his own life to worry about, his own emptiness to deal with. But as he drove on, a strange feeling started to bother him. It wasn't exactly guilt. He had seen many beggars before, but there was something about Maya that was different. Maybe it was how alone she looked with her crutches, or the deep sadness in her eyes that seemed to hold a story. For some reason, he could not get her out of his head. That night, in his big, silent house, the image of her sitting under the tree was clearer than any business report on his desk. The next morning, Ethan got in his car to go to work. As he drove down the same street, he saw her again. This time, Maya was trying to cross the busy road. Her crutches made it difficult for her to move fast. Cars sped by her, horns blaring, and she looked trapped in the middle of the street, struggling to take her next step. Without thinking, Ethan slowed down his car and pulled over. He watched for a moment as people walked right past her, as if she were invisible. No one stopped to help, and something inside him felt wrong. Wow, is this how people treat each other now? Ethan muttered to himself. He got out of his car and walked toward her. When Maya saw the well-dressed man coming closer, her eyes grew wide with surprise. She never expected someone who looked so important to notice her. "I'm just trying to get to the other side," she said in a soft, trembling voice. Ethan didn't say a word. He just gently held her arm and helped her finish crossing the road. Once they were safely on the other side, she looked up at him with deep gratitude. "Thank you so much, sir," she said quietly. Ethan nodded but didn't speak. He started to walk back to his car, but her voice stopped him. "May God reward you, sir. I don't meet many people like you." Ethan paused, feeling something new stir within him. He looked back at her, gave another small nod, and left. As he drove away, her words repeated in his mind. "I don't meet many people like you." For the first time in a long time, he felt something other than emptiness. All day at work, he couldn't focus. That simple thank you stuck with him. Why did he care so much about a homeless, disabled woman he didn't even know? "Why am I even thinking about this?" Ethan asked himself as he looked out his office window at the bustling city below. But deep down, he knew. That woman had touched a part of his heart he didn't know existed. Ethan's life was already stressful. His mother, Mrs. Cole, had been bothering him for months about getting married. "Ethan, you're not getting any younger," she would say. "You have a big house and lots of money, but no wife. What is the holdup? The pressure was getting worse. A big family dinner was planned, and his mother had invited Chloe, the woman she desperately wanted him to marry. Chloe's family was also very rich, and that was the only thing Mrs. Cole seemed to care about. But Ethan did not like Chloe at all. She was snobby, only talked about money, and never showed kindness to anyone. Ethan tried to get out of the dinner, but his mother insisted. "You must bring a date, Ethan. Chloe will be there, and I will not have you showing up alone." Ethan hated the idea of spending the evening with Chloe. He needed an escape plan, and he needed it fast. As he sat in his office, an idea suddenly came to him. Maya, what if? It sounded crazy, but he could ask her to be his fake girlfriend for one night. His family didn't know her, and she didn't know them. But would she even agree to help him? That evening, Ethan drove back to the spot where he always saw Maya. She was there, under the same tree. He got out of his car and approached her with a small container of food and a bottle of water. "Here," he said gently, "eat this." She took the food and began to eat slowly. He could see how hungry she truly was, and it made his heart ache. "Maya, I need a favor," Ethan said after she had finished. She looked at him, confused. "My help? How can a person like me help someone like you?" Ethan sat on the ground beside her, not caring that people were staring. He explained the situation with the family dinner and his mother's plan to set him up with Chloe. "I need someone to pretend to be my girlfriend, just for that one night," he finished. "After it's over, you can leave, and I will pay you very well." Maya stared at him, completely shocked. "You want me, a beggar, to be your fake girlfriend?" she asked. "But why me?" "Because you are real," he said, looking straight into her eyes. "You don't care about my money like Chloe and the other women I know. You're different." Maya didn't know what to think. She was scared. This man's world was so far from her own, but she was also hungry, exhausted, and had no other options. Could she really refuse? "Maya, I know it's a strange plan," Ethan said, seeing the doubt on her face, "but I will make sure you are taken care of. It's just for one night." "What if your family finds out who I am?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "They won't," Ethan promised. "Just dress nicely, smile, and follow my lead. After the dinner, I'll give you the money and you can go." Maya looked down at her crutches, feeling lost. She felt she had no choice. She slowly nodded. "Okay, I will do it." For the first time that day, Ethan smiled a genuine smile. "Thank you, Maya. You won't be sorry." Maya wasn't so sure, but she had made her choice. When the day of the dinner came, Ethan took Maya to a salon and then to a boutique. When she stepped out of the dressing room in the elegant but simple dress he'd chosen, Ethan was speechless. Her hair was styled beautifully, and the dress fit her perfectly. Her eyes, which were usually so sad, were now shining. "Is this really me?" Maya asked, looking down at herself. "You look amazing," Ethan said, his voice soft. "Just be yourself tonight. That's more than enough." That evening, they arrived at his mother's house. As soon as they entered, everyone stopped talking and stared. Mrs. Cole looked up with a sharp frown. "Who is this?" she asked coldly. "Mom, this is Maya, my girlfriend," Ethan said. The room was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. "Where is she from? What family?" his mother demanded, looking Maya up and down. Maya was nervous but tried to stay calm. "Good evening, ma'am. I am from Abuja," she said, her voice soft but clear. Before Mrs. Cole could say more, Ethan's younger sister, Sarah, stood up. "Welcome, Maya. Please come and sit. You look so lovely," she said with a warm smile. Slowly, the rest of the family warmed up to her. They asked her simple questions, and Maya answered with simple honesty. They were charmed by her gentle nature and quiet dignity. But Mrs. Cole sat watching from a distance, her face like stone. After the dinner, Ethan drove Maya back to her spot by the road. He handed her an envelope with money. "Here is what I promised you. You were wonderful tonight." Maya took the money but didn't open it. She looked at Ethan and asked, "So, is this it? Is this goodbye?" Ethan paused. He thought this would be the end, but it didn't feel right. "No," he said after a moment. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll bring you more food. Maya nodded and gave a small smile before getting out of the car and disappearing into the dark. As Ethan drove home, he couldn't stop thinking about her. Her smile, her gentle nature, was all so different. She wasn't like Chloe or any other woman he had met. She was real. In the following days, Ethan found himself visiting Maya more and more. He would bring her food, and they would just sit and talk for hours. They talked about their lives, their childhoods, and their dreams. Maya's kindness started to soften Ethan's guarded heart. Maya also began to look forward to his visits. She never thought a rich man like Ethan would ever care about a homeless woman like her. But Ethan was different. He saw her as a person, not just a beggar. One evening, she turned to him and asked, "Why do you keep helping me? You've already done so much." Ethan smiled. "I don't know," he said. "Maybe it's because when I'm with you, I don't feel so alone." Maya felt the same way, but she was too shy to say it. As time went on, Ethan knew this was no longer a business deal. Something real was growing between them. Chloe knew something was wrong. The dinner had been a disaster, and Ethan was avoiding her. But it wasn't just his silence. It was that strange girl, Maya. Ethan seemed to be spending all his time with her, and it made Chloe furious. How could Ethan choose someone like her over me? She thought angrily. One day, Chloe decided to follow him. As Ethan left his office, she drove behind him, her mind racing with suspicion. Ethan finally stopped at the roadside, where Maya always sat. Chloe parked her car at a distance and watched. To her horror, she saw Ethan get out, sit down with the homeless girl, and start talking and laughing with her. "Is he kidding me?" Chloe whispered, filled with jealousy. How can he spend his time with a street beggar? She realized this wasn't just an act. Ethan genuinely cared for Maya. She couldn't let this happen. "I will put an end to this," Chloe muttered, already thinking of a plan. Chloe went straight to Mrs. Cole's house the next day. "Good afternoon, ma'am," Chloe said. "I found out the truth about that girl, Maya. She is not who you think she is." Mrs. Cole looked up, interested. "What do you mean?" Chloe smiled, knowing her plan would work. "Maya is not from a good family. She is a homeless beggar. I saw Ethan with her on the street with my own eyes." Mrs. Cole's face filled with shock and anger. "What? A beggar? Has my son been lying to me?" Chloe nodded. "Yes, ma'am. He is hiding it from you." Mrs. Cole stood up, furious. "This is unacceptable. My son will not marry a girl like that. I will not allow it." That evening, Mrs. Cole was waiting for Ethan. "Is it true?" she yelled as he walked in. "What are you talking about, Mom?" he asked. "Maya," she shouted. "Chloe told me everything, that she's a beggar from the streets. Were you lying to me?" Ethan knew he couldn't hide it anymore. "Yes, Mom. Maya is homeless. But I was not lying about my feelings for her. I love her." His mother was speechless. "You will never marry that girl," she finally screamed. "What will people say?" But Ethan stood his ground. "I don't care what people say, Mom. I know what I feel. Maya is a good person, and I will not leave her." After the fight with his mother, Ethan went to see Maya. She was sitting by the road, looking at the stars. When she saw the worried look on his face, she knew something was wrong. "What is it?" she asked. Ethan took her hand. "My mother found out the truth. Chloe told her everything." Maya's heart sank. "I knew this would happen," she said sadly. "Your family will never accept me, Ethan. I'm just a homeless girl who can't even work." Ethan shook his head. "No, Maya. It doesn't matter what they think. I love you. I don't care that you don't have money. You are strong and kind, and that's all that matters." Tears filled Maya's eyes. "I never thought someone like you could love me. I have nothing to give you." Ethan gently wiped her tears away. "You don't have to give me anything. You are enough." Maya looked at him, feeling a love she had never known. "But your family," Caleb held her hands tightly. "I will fight for us, Maya. You are the woman I want to be with." For the first time, someone was standing up for her. "I love you, Ethan," she whispered. "I love you too, Maya," he replied. "And I promise, we will get through this together." Weeks passed. Ethan stood by Maya. No matter how much his mother protested, his brother and sister started to see how happy Maya made him. and they slowly began to accept her. But Mrs. Cole remained against them. "Ethan, can't you see she's not right for you?" she would say. "You should be with someone like Chloe, from a good, wealthy family." But Ethan was firm. "Mom, I have made my choice. I love Maya, and that is final." Meanwhile, Chloe wasn't done with her tricks. One last time, she tried to spread lies about Maya. She told people that Maya was only using Caleb for his money and that she had a secret past. "Don't trust that girl," Chloe whispered to everyone who would listen. "She's hiding something." The rumors started to reach Ethan's ears, and even some family members began to doubt Maya. But Ethan refused to be shaken. He confronted Chloe directly. "Chloe, stop this nonsense," Ethan said coldly. "I know what you're trying to do, and it won't work. You can say whatever you like, but Maya is the woman I love, and I won't let anyone ruin it." Chloe, seeing that she had lost, backed off. Her heart burned with anger. One morning, Ethan went to see his mother again. She was quiet. She had seen how happy her son was and how much his siblings liked Maya. "Ethan," she said softly, "are you truly sure about this girl?" Ethan smiled. "Yes, Mom. I have never been more sure of anything." His mother looked at him for a long time and saw the love in his eyes. With a deep sigh, she finally nodded. "If she makes you happy, then I will support your choice." Ethan's face lit up with joy. "Thank you, Mom. Thank you for understanding." Soon after, Ethan and Maya began to plan their wedding. Despite everything they had been through, their love grew stronger. The day finally came, and they got married in a small, beautiful ceremony surrounded by family and friends. But the best was yet to come. After the wedding, Ethan had been taking Maya to see a specialist doctor, and after several surgeries and therapy sessions, Maya began to regain strength in her legs. She was not fully healed, but she could walk, something she had never thought was possible. One evening, as they sat together in their new home, Maya stood up slowly, taking a few careful steps towards Ethan. Tears filled his eyes as he watched her. "Maya, look at you," Ethan whispered, his voice filled with emotion. You are walking." "Wow," Maya smiled, holding his hand. "I never thought I would walk again. But you made me believe in myself, Ethan. You gave me hope." Ethan pulled her close and kissed her forehead. "It's because you didn't give up, Maya." As time went by, their love grew even stronger, like a little seed turning into a massive, beautiful tree. They started having beautiful children, first one, then another. Their house went from being a chill spot for two to a buzzing, happy home filled with laughter and tiny feet running around. Ethan and Maya weren't just a cool couple anymore. They were a full-on family, loving every minute of being parents. But Maya knew something special about kids who didn't have families, because she grew up in an orphanage herself. She understood what it felt like to wish for a home and people who loved you. Ethan, being the super supportive husband he is, totally got this. He wanted to help Maya make a real difference. So Ethan, who was already rocking it in the real estate and property business, decided to use his skills and money for something incredible. He bought a huge establishment and totally transformed it. He turned it into the most amazing orphanage ever, and they called it the Maya's Heart Haven. It wasn't just a building. It was a safe, loving home where abandoned kids could learn, grow, and feel like they belonged. Maya poured her heart into the Maya's Heart Haven. The kids there started doing awesome things, thanks to all the care and opportunities they got. Some even learned about fashion from Maya herself. It was like Maya's own story came full circle. She went from being a kid needing a home to building homes for tons of other kids. And all this amazing work was powered by Ethan's smart business moves. So, with their own happy kids running around, crushing it in their careers, and their love stronger than ever, Ethan and Maya lived an unbelievably happy life. Their story became something people whispered about, a real-life fairy tale showing that love, hard work, and helping others can lead to the coolest, happiest ending ever. I hope you enjoyed the story. Kindly comment on the lessons you've learnt. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe for more stories like this. See you all next time.